Hello, Rooted people. It's Kamal, Biggham of the Rooted Project. Just here to share some words of insight with you all. I'm finally starting to get into doing video blogs, or I guess that's what this is called. To kind of just, I write and connections to life coaching, of course. But this is just a new element that I'm bringing to the table to connect with you all and share, and hopefully you guys learn something. Hopefully it brings some light to you, maybe not you, but a friend, whatever it does, as long as it's positive and bringing people closer to who they truly are, I'm with it. So the revelation that I had this morning was about the power of association. And I was thinking to myself, what about the power of association can be said that doesn't necessarily get talked about? What can help us evolve to a new level in terms of looking at the certain things in our lives that need to change? Because obviously the power of association is a very powerful thing, and it's, the kind of people in your life will say a lot about where you truly are with yourself and where you're going. Will Smith says it's the top 5 people you spend the most time with will dictate exactly where your life is going. So it's a very very powerful reflective thought process to start thinking of, well, who do I spend the most time with? And we're not talking about the best friend that you call every once in a while. We're talking about, in my day-to-day, who am I spending the most time with? And it does say a lot about where you are and where you want to go, where we truly want to go. And what I want to bring to the table that hopefully will bring more insight to this, this, what you want to call it? I don't want to call it an idea. Power of association, this reality of the power of association is because these people that we're attracting that could be or could not be given to our lives, I'm wondering, how were they there in the first place? Like, what kind of places were we where we met these people? What kind of hobbies do we have that seem to bring certain things into our life? And plus, this can go negative or positive. But obviously, if we're finding it being a negative thing in terms of the people that are in our lives, then a lot needs to be changed. And that's what we're about. We're about change. We're about evolving. We're about being the best that we can be. And lots of times it's not as simple as saying, well, I need to take this person out of my life. Because you can take that person out of your life, but if you're finding that you're still recreating the same situations, just with different people, even new people. I've lived a few places in my life, and before I began rooting myself within myself and making changes in my life, I would move to different states, and even though, these are people I've never met a day in my life, new friendships, I'm still back at square one. So what is the problem? Obviously it starts with me, but in order to kind of change our addictions or our patterns, you have to kind of see what's supporting those patterns. So once again, I want to ask people, when it comes to the power of association, don't make it as simple as the people in our life that need to go. We need to look at, what are we doing that brings these things into our life and keeps us in certain mentalities that make us not necessarily dive into our power, our strength, love, joy. Instead, puts us in spaces of stress, discouragement, depression. What do we associate with? What do we associate with in terms of when we watch television? What kind of shows do you watch? I mean, it's cool to laugh and have a comedy, but I mean, beyond that, how are we feeding ourselves in terms of nourishing our spirit, our being? What kind of books do we read? Do we read at all? And if you do read, what kind of books? Is it just magazines? Is it, are you reading something, novels are cool, but are these things that are really feeding and making you a better person at the end of the day? We're not just looking for things to distract us and make us not think about what's really going on in our reality. We're looking for things that are actually going to make us see and have sight into our reality so we can make the changes necessary to move forward and grow. What kind of what type of food do you eat? What is your health like? What is your fitness like? I mean, do you get up and go? Are you a person that sits on the couch all day? It's all these things say a lot about where we are with ourselves. And in order to break that pattern, I'm asking that we don't just focus on the people that need to go. We need to focus on the attitudes, on the patterns, on the addictions that need to go. Is it going to the club every night? What kind of clubs do you go to? What kind of lounges? There's nothing wrong with going out, but what kind of people go to the places you go? I remember when I moved to Houston recently, and I, you know, when you go into a new state, it's like you don't know what you're going to find. You're like, where do I go? Where do I go? Let me try things out and see how it goes. And there were certain places that I went, and I walked in, and I literally was like, took a scan, and I'm just like, nope, this isn't it. So I will walk out, and it wasn't nothing personal to those people. I have no, you know, people. They were younger crowd, but you know, it's nothing offense to them. It's just not what I'm attracting into my life right now. I'm looking for people that are coming from a different level of consciousness because I want to grow. I don't want to be the savior for everyone I know. I want to be a person that can learn from my group also. So I'm hoping that this message reaches you. I'm hoping that it makes you start to think about things a little differently. Again, life is a process, life is a journey, but it's all about taking that first step. If this can be a first step towards a higher consciousness in your reality, in your life, and you start to really just ponder it, think about it, and just really start making decisions that actually make a difference. Because the reality is we're creating our life every day, and every piece counts, believe it or not. Every single one is helping build this masterpiece or this work of art of our lives. And if we don't pay attention to every piece and we think that these little pieces are okay, we'll step back, see the picture, and not like what we see. And that's not what I want for you. That's not what I want for me. That's not what anyone wants for anyone. So I'm asking you, as you listen to this video, share it with friends, share it with your families, just be with it with yourself, most importantly, and just ask yourself, in terms of the power of association, what do I associate with? What do I associate with beyond people? What patterns do I have in my life that need to change? And when's the last time I've done something new? And sometimes it's just as simple as saying, okay, I had enough of this, something new. You're tired of dating people that don't bring anything into your life, then how about you just try something different? You know, it's really interesting in terms of dating how people can have good friends in their life sometimes, but their dating life is horrible. And it's like, and I notice with a lot of people, it's like male and female, it's like their best friends of the opposite sex are normally great people, like people that they probably should be dating, but the people they end up dating are pieces of crap. So where are your priorities at? What do you really want for yourself? Because sometimes we say that we want these things, but if our reality doesn't show it, the question is, do we really want it? Are we really ready to give ourselves? Are we really ready for a change? Because it sounds good to talk about, yeah, we want to change, I want this, I want that. But if you're not creating that, then is your heart really there yet? And if it's not, then what needs to be done to kind of get you there? Or what have you not dealt with? What have you not forgiven? What have you not been honest about? So hopefully this video helps someone out. You know, once again, please share it. You know, be with it. If you want to contact me, my information is on, you know, the YouTube, Facebook. My name's Kamal Biggham. I'll have, you know, a little link somewhere so you guys can find me if you don't know me personally. And, you know, just keep the conversation going. And, you know, if you have questions, I'm here. I'm a life coach. This is what I do. So my life is about rooting people into themselves, rooting myself within myself, and projecting who I truly am into the world. And that's what I want you all to be doing in your own individualistic way. So, okay, hope you guys have a great day. I know I will. It's a fight today, Mayweather-Ortiz, so I'm really excited about that. It's my last night in Atlanta, so good stuff. Great connecting with you all. Have a powerful day.